it's glorious. We have some sun. Finally, we have some sun, and it's so nice because it means I can get outside. I can do some bits, and it's actually quite quiet today here. So it means I can just crack on and do some filming and just catch you all up, basically. Hello to new subscribers and regular viewers and everyone out there. You're all fabulous. I can't believe how warm it is in the polytunnel. It's 22 in here. Um, so a couple of days ago, I actually put some polystyrene on the doors to try and keep some of the heat in, and now I think it's like a sauna in here. Hence why I'm in my t-shirt. Um, but yeah, it's warm, but I'm not complaining. Far from it. Far from it. It's a welcome change. So a few things I want to do today. So my onions, I potted up and I've put them into modules because the soil was a little bit green. It's starting to get that sort of algae surface on there. So I thought actually they need to go into their own separate modules. So I put them in some modules. But actually what I want to do, because I think I've got about 20 onions all in all, I want to put some sets in as well. So there's a reason for me doing both. I like sets, but they do tend to bolt. That is the only issue with sets, especially in heat. Um, but I do prefer the sets. They're much easier. They're ready to go, and although they do bolt, you still do get quite a nice crop from them. However, you can't use them at the show. So one of the things I want to do is actually show some onions this year. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing both sets and the seed, and also to just make sure that I get a crop really, because I do want to show my onions this year. So that's why. Right, let's get going and sowing. That rhymes. It wasn't intended.
Friend, won't you come up here to my altitude, to my altitude? Yeah, you, 'cause I always liked you. I wanna share this view, I wanna share this view with you. We're never coming down, never coming down, never coming down again. We were born to be this high, born to be this high, born to be this high, my friend. Broken people flying like heroes all around town and never.
Right, so that is the sets planted up in their modules. So hopefully they'll grow. There's a few actually sprouting, which is quite surprising. They've only been in the bag a few, well, probably about a week, but they are sprouting, which is great. Good to see, good to see. So the other thing I want to sow today is some peas. So you may remember my last video, I said about my peas. I sowed some in the polytunnel, but they're not really doing very well at all. So I think what I'm going to do is actually re-sow some, but sow them in the module so I can plant a line. So that's one thing that I do want to do today, so I can get some peas going, just so there's some in the pot really, which would be good. These are just some meteor peas that I've just got them in the tunnel. So I'm going to sow them in these little square pots like this. Basically, the reason being I can group them together, so I can sow them quite close together. But the idea being that when I put them out, that I can do them in kind of a row. So they'll hopefully be quite thick to to plant out, which should be nice. Obviously, I'm going to space them out. I don't know how far I space them actually. Prepare flat bottom drill. Oh, space seeds 2 inches apart. No, read it right. So space 5 centimeters apart throughout the drill, allowing 24 inches between the drill. Fine. So if I put these about 5 centimetres apart, it's a rough science. It's not exact. Not sure if that's a bit too close, but yeah, it might be a bit too close. I think that might be all right. That's 2 done. So I'm just going to finish this off and then I'll come back to you in a bit. Right, there we go. So that is the peas now sown. And as I say, the plan is to actually put a drill through so I can plant them in the beds when they go outside, and there'll be kind of a drill about 3 to 4 centimetres deep, which is what it should have. That's the plan, so I can put them straight into the drill. So I'm not having to dig as such. I can just put them straight in. Right, so that's that job done. So I'm actually going to pop outside because it's just too warm in here. I don't think I would be saying this so early in March, but it is really warm. It is a new day today. Unfortunately, with the sun being out, everyone came out as well, which I'm not surprised about. It was a really lovely day, but it did mean that I managed to get all the weeding done, which it did need doing. It wasn't bad. It didn't take me long to do at all either. It just literally took me a few hours. Not even that. And it was just literally the couch grass I had to get rid of. So it wasn't massively bad. But the plot inspections are about to start. I am actually doing the plot inspections. It's my first time doing them. Not done them before, so it was a little bit daunting for me, but I kind of get on with everyone, and we don't really have a problem here unless someone's ill and they tell us, and we kind of look after their plot anyway. So it's not something I'm worried about. But I am really keen to sort of have a look around other people's plots, see what they're doing, get some ideas, and that's mainly one of my things. And I might even show you around their plots if they are happy for me to film them. So, right, so we had the bed gate. I have managed to sort that out. I've put some what do you call it, like netting over the top. It's not going to trap birds or anything. It's more of like a plastic netting, but it has managed to stop the digging in the bed. So I think because that bed is also going to have leaks in it, I'm going to put some netting over that. And if I get time to do that today, I will. Because it's coming up to that allium leaf miner scene. It's going to have leeks, onions, all the sort of alliums in it, and I really need to kind of net it. So that's a job, hopefully today. But something else I want to do is actually get my tomatoes in. So I've ordered some tomatoes this year from a new website. Is that what? Yeah, website. We have the tomato seeds arrived. So we've got Blue Beauty, which looks. I'll put them up on the screen actually, rather than showing you. But we've got Blue Beauty, Orange Accordion, the Accordion Red. Unfortunately, they didn't have one of the ones I ordered, so she sent a pleated carnelian, which looks very similar. So I'm good with that. And we've got a Mersky Tiger and Caro Rich. So that's those. And then on top of those, I have also got oh, exciting when you say tomatoes. I'm going to get my bean frame up as well today. That's my other job. We've got Tumbling Tom Red and we've got Tumbling Tom Yellow. I didn't realise I'd done that. So yes, Tumbling Tom. I like the cherry tomatoes. They're really sweet and they don't need much pruning. If those that have followed my channel for a while will know that the greenhouse, the polytunnel, everything just goes into Tomatogeddon, and just gets overrun with tomatoes. And then I try and catch up, but I never really know where to prune them. So yeah. So I'm doing more of the dwarf like tomatoes. I'm doing more tumbling tomatoes that I can do in the baskets. That's the plan. And I'm not really growing chilies in the polytunnel this year because I didn't really eat them. So it's going to be more tomatoes in here this year, so I can make sauces and you use the tomatoes, the little cherry ones for like the salads and stuff. Fabby. So that's good. Tomatoes. I'm going to sow them in here, but I'm not actually going to keep them here. I'm going to do them in these. These were actually in the supermarket that I saw. I think they were in Aldi. I want to say Aldi. And they were £2.99, so they don't look too bad. And they're 20 cells, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Yeah, 20 cells. So I didn't think that was bad, and they're more windowsilly, so that'll be good. To sow them. So I'm just going to do a tray of these, and then possibly come back and do another tray. We'll see how we go. I don't know how many varieties I thought. 7, I think. And in the quad grows, they are like 2 quad grows to, well, one quad grow to 2. So one, how am I explaining this? One container. Right. This. So one quad grow, there's 2 pots. The one quad grow is 2 pots basically, and they attach to each other. So yeah, I'm going to do groups of 2, so I know which ones are which, and I only have to label 1. Fab. Perfect. Right, let's get that done. Right, good start of dropping the seeds. Oh. Ah. Right, the first 2 I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure they get labelled as well, because I'm terrible at labelling. I don't know about you, but I am terrible at it. I start the season off good with labelling, and then it just gets a little bit out of control, and I stop doing it. Right, so here we go. So tumbling tom, I'm going to do 2 each of these. There's spider's webs in here. Ooh, they're small. Oh, these are a bit bigger. That's one of the problems, I think. Come down, talk to you. Hello. That's one of the problems I think I do. I sow my seeds too deep, and that's why they don't germinate. So I'm being really particular this year with how deep I'm sowing. But hopefully, fingers crossed. Right, I'll finish this off and come back to you. Right, so that, oh, show you, gentle. That's my tomatoes sown, all in the propagator's, and as I say, I've sown them here, but I'm actually going to take these home and keep them on the windowsill so they have a chance to grow. It's a bit warmer. Fab. Right, that's the tomatoes in. I'll put in the description the tomatoes that I'm growing this year and just a little brief overview of any of them that I'm growing in case any of you would like to grow them too, or even better, grow along. Let me know if you are growing along in the comments, because it'd be great to check out your photos on Instagram and things like that. So that'd be fab. Perfect. Right. So I'm gonna pop these in the car so I don't drop them, because I am the most accident prone. And I'll come back to you. Right. Got a bit distracted, like you do, because everyone's shown up, which is fab. But yeah, I got a little bit distracted because my plot, well, not my plot neighbour, well, yes, my plot neighbour um, arrived, so I stopped filming, just to be polite. But then I got distracted because the person I sold my old greenhouse to, Hillary, she's arrived and she's got the final bits of her glass. So I've just given her a hand to put that in, like you do. Fab. So that is the tomatoes done. I'm really pleased. I actually found some more tomato seeds. So I'm growing Lafata as well. I think that's how you say it. Which is apparently is like a blood orangey type, like a heart one. So that'd be interesting. I wasn't going to sow anymore, and I'm also going to grow cocktail crush, but they're the ones that are going to grow outside because of the blight. I'm not growing any that are not blight resistant outside. They're all being in here this year. So yeah, that's the plan for them, which is brilliant. Pleased to say, some of the seeds that I sowed in the polytunnel, they are actually looking really good now. Some of the Elsa Craig seeds, they're actually starting to come up, which is fab. Um, and the onion sets, they haven't come up yet that I sowed, but I did pot on some of the onions because they were in compost. It was just going a little bit green on the top, so it's just not good, is it? So I repotted those into new cells, and they are looking good. They're looking good. The leeks I resowed haven't come up, but the ones that I gave up on and decided to come up are now looking really good as well. So, yes, it's March. It's not yet spring officially, but the growing season is underway. Fab stuff. Perfect. Right. So that's it for this week. I'm actually going to go home now because it's a little bit cold today. But I will catch you up next week, and bye for now.